Hello everyone! Welcome to part 2 of the wanderings through the Alhambra complex. If you've not seen part 1, make sure you check it out. I have wandered through the part that is called Al-Kazaba, Nasrid Palaces, and now I am continuing. I'm not quite sure where, so it's gonna be a surprise, but I stopped here because there in the distance on the other side of the mountain there's another palace, and I think that's the Generalife palace, the summer palace. It's quite a distance away. I think it's close to 6 kilometers or so. We'll see how it goes. I still have quite a few hours left of today to continue the wandering, and I'll try to cram in as much as possible. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity for me to be here, but let's go. There's some beautiful flowers around me, and yeah, I don't want to go back in. Just check it out. It's worth it, honestly. It's such splendid things to see everywhere. Gorgeous architecture, amazing details, and then here we have the view over a part of the city, the old town. There were amazing panoramic views in part 1. This is part of the Albaicin. As it is the most visited monument in the whole of Spain, there is a lot of tourists. Some parts are more manageable than others. Okay. I am just discovering things as I'm going along, because I have a tiny problem, is that I can't listen to guide on my phone because I am using my phone to film. So I am guessing some of the bits. I have a vague recollection of what I've seen on the map, but it's still all an unfolding mystery. So join me to continue it. Look at that view. Today it's a bit overcast, which is good for us because the sun is not burning us off. But the light will play, unfortunately, during the filming. I struggled a little bit in the first part as well. Look at that beautiful reflection. In the Alhambra, one of the main things is the play with water, and I think they achieved it really well. And everywhere, I showed it in the first part, but I'll show it again. The water is connected. Nothing is wasted. They recycle it and they water all the garden parts. And then again, I just noticed that there's loads and loads of bugs. These walking on water kind, I forget what they are called. And there's also little fish inside the pond. It's not very clear, so I don't know if we are gonna get to see them. You are. Oopsie, focus please. Very interesting. Okay. Just want to walk all the way down there so we can have another look at the view over the other mountain and the part of Granada. Look at that. And that. Oh my little feet, what expects you? I've been walking around for about 3.5 hours almost, and then I want to see that too. Yeah, that's definitely the, how they say, Generalife palace and the garden bit. That used to be, one, the summer palace, two, the whole green area and that territory served not just as gardens, but as they cultivated everything that was necessary for the folk of the Alhambra and the area, because the Alhambra, it wasn't just housing the emirs and their families and some soldiers, but a part of it was made out of ordinary folk, people who lived within the citadel or fortress, or I'm not even sure how you would call it. Sorry, bugs. They always find me. I like hearing the sound of water. There, so you see the other side as well. Now before I'm taking you towards that part, I want to go and visit the Palace of Carlos V. That's one huge building I've not seen yet, because to visit the Nasrid Palaces you had to book a time slot. They're managing the crowds, which is helpful because there's still a lot of people who go in. You also have to pay a little bit more to be able to see that. So because of that I did not get to see the palace, and I'm gonna go back there. Quick look of the map so you have an idea. I started at the Alcazaba in the first part of the video and then walked over to the Palacios Nazarines, and you can see now with the red close to E, that's where we are now, and I'm gonna walk back to A and then zigzag from there all the way to Generalife. Look, even by the steps everywhere, these little waterways for the water to be able to go. And then look, everywhere you go, the attention to detail on the floors, on the ceilings, under the roof tiles, everywhere is just beautiful. And then I assume that this is the church of Santa Maria de la Alhambra. It is surprising to me that here at the end of September the roses are still blooming beautifully. I've seen it in other parts of Granada as well, not just here in the Alhambra, because everywhere else you can see some remnants here and there, but none of them look as beautiful as the season has passed. There's even some water plants. And here's a larger one. Pretty star-shaped pattern. One little thing to mention: when you come here, make sure you wear good, comfortable shoes, and that the day before you didn't walk your feet off, because you will do that. But it's worth it. Another little one. Maybe here they could just sit on the edge and dangle their feet in it. That's what I do. That's what I would do. I can't do it because it's not allowed. Okay, we'll come back here after the visit to the palace. This is one of the first wide roads because everything was very narrow so far. Okay, let's have a look at you. That's part of the Nasrid Palaces. This is a massive building and I can't fit it into the frame. But we can see the inscription. Imp. Well, something Carol V. Imperator and something, I think. Now what is interesting about this one is that, as you saw from the outside, it is a rectangular building, but as we go inside, you will see that it is a circular shaped construction. It's very, very interesting. It was built by one of Michelangelo's students, whose name unfortunately I forgot. Though it is a palace, it has never been used as such. Carol V, or Charles V in English, did not live here. Here we have longer columns at the base, and then for the first floor there's shorter ones. Okay, let's walk around a little bit. It is pretty impressive. In a completely different style than we've seen so far. I think I'm gonna run up to the first floor quickly. Stairs. I walked a lot today already and there's so much more walking expecting me. I am not complaining because I like to see stuff, especially from above. Ta-da! Let's have a look at one of the columns. I find it interesting that it's made out of a composite of. It's not like a block of marble or the typical things that I would see in other places. Well, it stood the test of time. It's many hundreds of years. So obviously they knew what they are using for it. And then at the ceiling, the typical beautiful woodwork. Which I always find interesting. I don't know how to fit it all in. All these things are just too large. And going down. Just wanted to show you the stairs. Okay, the lower part does not have anything pretty going on the ceiling. From here as well. And exiting. Okay, I had to include them. The present King of Spain, Philip VI, and his wife. They celebrated a decade of kingship this year. Okay, this is the palace from the outside. Again, as I said, it's too large. I can't fit it in the frame in one go, so we see it like this. We can see a part of the wall, and then just here it's the other side of the palace of Charles V, and we are in the Plaza de Cañones, the Cannons Square. There's a few of them in front of us. We'll get closer. But before that, I don't want to miss showing you this. This is Puerta de la Justicia, the Justice Gate. This is where I came in. It is one of the several entrances to the Alhambra complex. And there's a lot of lovely green area down there as well. Now let's see these canals. There we go. Okay, we can see the church from this side as well. It's pretty. And I found a spot where I can actually fit the whole of the palace in. I like the little play they did, that it's so square from the outside, but then we had the round thingy from the inside. It is warming up. It's in the afternoon now. I can feel that I'm starting to slowly melt. In the morning when I came, I needed a cardigan, and now I'm pretty sure that we are around 28 or so. More of the water. Now I am walking towards the part of the Alhambra that was the living area for the people within the walls. We have people from everywhere visiting. They were beautifully dressed. Okay, I came around hoping that there is an entrance to the church, but no, everything's locked. So it can't be visited from the inside at the moment. Now there's shops of all sorts selling knickknacks, as it is customary. Some of the craftsmanship of these is absolutely beautiful. I have seen similar ones in Morocco. Pretty. And a master at work. I'm just snooping in. And little prints of paintings and mosaics. There's even a hotel here. America of all things. Okay, I put my hand through the grate. That's still an archaeological area. Palacio de Abencerrajes. Okay. Found a little pomegranate tree that has fruit on it. Oh, look at that. And the ones that are getting very ripe, look at those up there. They are popping open. Another nice little gate. I think there's coffee shops and restaurants behind it. I think there's a convent here of San Francisco. This whole place is like a maze. It's endless. You just keep going and you find new things and new things. Okay. That's a cool lamp. Go through. Okay. This is called the Palace of the Unknown Prince, which was later inherited by the Franciscan monks. The ceiling is missing from above us, and the altar was somewhere there in the front. This is interesting to me, that unknown prince, that you can lose the identity of a person. Obviously he wasn't very important, yet he was a prince.
So this word is coming from Cuba.
It is the same style of decoration I've seen in Nasrid Palace.
So you see the windows?
And over here, it's again the remnants of the monastery have been turned into a hotel, and only guests are allowed in there. Again, beautifully decorated floors. Look at that. And the lovely white rose. Hello, kitty cat. This is cat number 3 I've spotted on these grounds, and a different color. And beautiful pink oleander. Okay, there's a terrace bar, and I'm gonna come and join the folk here. It's time for a coffee and something to munch on. Beautiful. Now, the view to the summer palace of Generalife. Look at that. I think this is the best view over the castle. And now it's time to get there. Now it's a long walk, but hopefully we will get to see a lot of beautiful, interesting things before. See you on the other side. More water. Okay, we can see better from here the archaeological bit for the palace that's being dug up at the moment. And let the long walk begin. Oh, you are so cute. And it has fruit. I like its shape. I know it's man shaped, but it's cute. Okay, this is one of those walkways I've seen again in photos and videos. There's a lot of peaks, peaky places, not peaks. I'm getting tired. I'm talking gibberish. That's a nice one. Okay, got to the end of it, and I'm seeing something looming through here.
What did it say?
Loads more roses and pomegranate. Sorry to keep on showing them to you, but I'm just so happy to see something like this for real. And these are blooming. How strange. To me, these sorts, well, not to me, in my world, they're spring ones, not autumn ones. There's a gentle scent of this. It's really pleasant. The wall goes around for a few kilometers, completely surrounding complex. And then look at those mountains in the distance. I don't know if they will show well, but how cool is that? I look from here as well. Paths look mostly empty, but now I see a massive group coming. More ruins there with some interesting shapes. And from there we are entering the Medina part of the Alhambra, or the town. As I said, there were loads of people living here, not just the royal families and stuff. And there's the gate to it. Boom. And let's see the other side. Okay, let's continue. Now, I've never seen something like this before. Here, there's quite a few benches so people can finally sit down and rest. But eating is prohibited. I assume they don't want trash, and also people tend to feed, and then that causes all sorts of havoc with the natural rhythms of nature. Some pretty flowers. And now we get to see the Alhambra from the other side. This is so crazy. And here it looks like there's a massive outdoor theater thingy going on. Well, this is cool. I would come here for a concert or something if I would live in Granada. More flowers. The rangers doing their chores, whatever you call them, park keepers. Now, passing by it, but that's the Church of St. Nicholas, which has amazing views onto the Alhambra. I was there yesterday and it looked beautiful. And I just noticed the vegetable patches. Look, they're quite far from me, but those are tomato plants. They're laden with tomatoes, the dark color type. Then pomegranate tree. I'm not sure if that's cucumber or what do you call it? Any like zucchini type plants. And this was actually the purpose of this area. Other than people living in the Medina, this is where they cultivated everything they needed. All the fresh vegetables and wine and fruit. And it's not just this patch, there's loads more going up on the side of the hill. So, using things cleverly. Okay, light is playing with me again. Some lavender. There's more vegetable, and if I'm seeing right, those are cotton plants with the cotton puffs out. It's really cool. Of course, we must have water, as everywhere. The floor continues to be amazing. I have ascended the level, and I want to show you something. It's just people queuing to take photos, so I need to wait. Finally. Some people are just rude. I allowed people to take photos, and anyway, let's leave it to that. It is a lovely view. And the typical you pour into water recycling project. Sorry, I almost dropped it. I can see a bud. And I found one open. Look at this little beauty. There's another beautiful one here. It continues. And the yellow one hiding shyly under there. Oh, this is a very pretty part of it. And some of the bitter oranges of Andalusia. This would be a lovely place to come for a walk. Oh, flowers on the other side, on both sides. Oh, look at all that color. And people. If only I could make everybody else disappear. And I found a rose that has a little caterpillar on it. Hello, little one. What you doing? Do you want to munch it? This is a side part. I've come away from the middle where everybody is crowding in. Oh, lovely. Okay, I had found 2 horses, donkeys. Yeah, I think they might want to be horses. Here we go, another amazing view. See the wall, in the middle the Church of St. Mary de Alhambra, and to my right the palaces, and the top one, taller ones, is the part of the Alcazaba. Had to include these little fluffies. Okay, we are getting close to one of the buildings. Just want to go around the garden a bit. And we are, yeah, I think the entrance to the palace is just on my right. What might you be? And you got mixed and turned out beautiful. And there we go, we can see a part of it from here. I'm gonna go in now. And here we go. Okay, I think this one is not kept up as well as the rest of the building we've seen, but I might be wrong. So typically we enter the square with the water, first tower. I'm hiding. I'm waiting for a big group to pass. Okay, so we came through there. And continuing, I can hear water. And there it is. Wow. That's another amazing view. Look at that. I'm hiding on the side a bit till some of the groups pass. Let's have a look onto the gardens. Come on, light, collaborate. Now, if you wonder why would the emirs and sheikhs who lived in the Alhambra want a summer palace this close, it's literally because when they were residing within the Alhambra, then they were on duty. They had to do loads of things pertaining to governing and politics and blah blah blah. And when they had enough, then they literally came to the other side of the mountain here to have a little bit of a rest and recharge time. And here friends were allowed, but not work. So this was the official pleasure part. I thought it's gonna be less popular than the other side, but no, group after group keeps coming. And I'm trying really hard to avoid them, but it's just hard. Okay, that's where we came through. Okay, there's a little side alcove type thing, which is really pretty. It's just like we saw inside the Nasrid Palaces. The wooden ceiling decoration, the plastered walls with intricate calligraphy and patterns. And here we have a clue of how this used to look like. You can see the blues and ochres and reds. So it used to be all colored, but those colors have faded over the centuries. But the amazing views remained.
So you have to manage all the cluster with colors and all the windows with the stained glass. But this is the best place to show you something. For example, I have my parents' house. I don't like the colors of the walls. I repaint it. Sultan did the same. Generalife first belongs to Muhammad II, the second Sultan, and he put one plaster, one decoration. You see this corner?
I'm being pushed out by yet another group. Okay, never mind. Stairs, this beauty, I can't have enough of it. Notice some more random paintings on it. Excuse me. See? It's full of people. Go away. This morning I started it all there. On the very far end. The Alcazaba. And up on the top tower, which was so cool. Make sure you check out the first part. Really, it's worth it. Yeah. It is reminding me very much of what we've seen in the Nasrid Palaces, but it is different still. It's just the structure has a similarity. And it's just on a smaller scale. So pretty. Looks like lace work. And again, oopsie, I just wanted to include this. The view of views. The view is onto the neighborhood of Al Bayasin, one of the oldest of Granada. There, I brought the light back. And let's have a look at you. Look at that. some remnants that look different. And then we continue that way. This looks different too. It looks like it's not been finished. Can you see some drawing bits on it? And we have arrived to the next patio. This one is the patio of the Sultana or the Queen. Oops! Oh dear. I think I should get a prize in tripping over things. Thank God not falling. What's up with that old tree? They're tied and dead. Beautiful floor again. Okay, there's a little plug there and I can't see it clearly, but it says that this old tree stands as a testimony, according to legend, of the love between Caballero, a gentleman from Aberenge, and the wife of Bob Dylan or somebody, I don't know. It's too far, I can't see it clearly. But that's one crazy thing, Dicky. Okay, I wondered what happened to that amorous pair. Did they make it? Or did they get in massive trouble? Okay, we can see the rest of it from here. Okay. The emblem, Lion Castle, another one, and I'm not sure what the other one is. Look at that. And the sun has come out now strongly. There we go. One last look on the... Okay, here we have something interesting on both sides. We have the water running down on what would be the handrail. Look at that, again, a clever way of the water circulating. They were very, very ingenious. And I have just a ton more steps to go up. More and more and more. There. It feels nice and fresh here, which was needed. I like this sound. I don't know how well it shows, but we were down at the very bottom a few minutes ago. Suddenly some different sorts of statues. Hey, light. And another building. Looks more modern, but still in the same style. I might be wrong. Maybe they just kept this part better. Hello, little Spanish bee. Are you working? You guys are always working. And if you came up, now you need to go down. What's nice here is this wine thing going over the metal poles, keeping shade. More garden bits which are closed to us. Ta-da! That's where we were. And slowly continuing the descent. have a quick look at you as well, little fountain. And I found a mini waterfall. And another fountain. And from here we can see the passage with the colonnades that I went through, all the way around and up. It's so cool when you're so high up that you can see roof tiles and chimneys and things. How cool is that? Oh, the light is annoying me. Continuing the descent. Oops! And I keep seeing pomegranates everywhere. I'll show you. There! These are little ones. My legs are definitely feeling all this up and down. Also the step counter. I'm sure by the time I get back to my lodgings it would have accumulated a very decent amount of step. Oh, come on, light. Sorry, it's just really playing up. Because believe it or not, we are just about an hour from sunset. This is called Paseo de las Adelfas. I don't know what adelfas are. Hey, that's bamboo in there. Look at that. This is all made with oleanders crisscrossed above us. Beautiful. Imagine when it's full of blooms. Aww. And now we are getting to a cypress alley. And that's where the theater is. Oh wow, these are really, really tall cypresses. I've not seen something like this in a long time. I can hear little birds. And I think this is the way out now. It has been absolutely lovely. And I got to see something I longed to see for most of my life. If you ever have the opportunity and you're in Spain, and more specifically in this area, do come and visit the Alhambra and its grounds. It's really worth it. Really, really worth it. That little pathway up, it's prohibited for us to go up. I can hear more water around us. And continuing down this way. There's the little creek. Another little path closed. There's so much, so much. And there we go, lovely horsery. You're beautiful. And now slopey stairs down. That's it. It's finished. Oh. Well, to be honest, I don't mind it in a way because my feet now officially hurt. Not in a bad way, but in a overworked way. And it would be nice to go sit down somewhere and rest. I hope that you enjoyed this two-part wandering, or I don't know how many it's gonna end up in the end. And if you made it all the way here to the very end, thank you so much. And if you have not been yet, I hope you will make it to the Alhambra if you so wish. Excuse me, too many languages are getting tangled in my head, and when I'm tired and sometimes it's just hard to put things in the right order. Alright, I'm not mumbling on anymore. I will be going and finding a spot in Old Town. Have a lovely day, everyone. My warmest greetings from the beautiful Alhambra grounds.